Now on Afternoon Live, let's go nationwide, see what's happening around the country on our daily visit to the BBC newsrooms around the UK. Jeremy Ball, there is, in Nottingham. Prisoners' children are being invited into prison to film bedtime stories. It's all in a bid to prevent reoffending. Be with you in just a moment. Peter Levy is in Hull, a novel way of tackling knife crime through hip-hop musicals. If you're going to talk hip-hop, this is the man. We're talking about something that could be rolled across.
I don't think so.
Be with you in just a minute, Peter. Now, let's first of all talk about this issue. Jeremy, this whole thing about prisoners' children, they come into a jail, and what happens? What's the plan?
Well, it's really interesting because, of course, inmates have been recording bedtime stories for many years, but this goes much, much further. First of all, they're videoed, then the storybook gets animated behind them. The big thing here, though, is that the family comes in to do it with them. Now, I went into Lowdham Grange to see how it works with Sophie and her baby, Dylan, who was actually born after his dad was locked up, and we watched them filming and recording The Hungry Caterpillar together. Dylan then gets that on a DVD to take home and to watch as many times as he likes. And this is now being extended, this scheme, to other prisons, other Serco jails at Doncaster and Dovegate. Why do they do it? Well, they say, first of all, it's keeping families together, and that, they reckon, is actually stopping reoffending. The other thing they say, look, the child hasn't done anything wrong here. And this was Sophie's reaction.
I stick it on for Dylan every day for breakfast, dinner and tea, so he can watch Sean and hear him. He really relates to it. He can relate to it on the telephone. He recognises that it's his voice, and he always looks at the telly for him. And it's just nice that Sean's been able to do stuff that he'd be doing at home with us, so it makes up for the time lost, really.
Jeremy, this looks fascinating, and the children will soon be able to watch these stories online.
Yeah, they're working on this at the moment. Big plans to develop this. They're actually setting up a secure website that works a bit like internet banking. Now, the idea is the child can then choose their story from home. So they'll log in, they'll request a story. Dad then gets brought down from the cell to record it. A few days later, it'll all be edited, uploaded to the website, and so the child can watch the whole thing from home. And this is something they'll be able to watch on smartphones or on tablets. And this is also about training the inmates who are doing the filming, the editing, the animations, for instance, because they get a qualification out of this. And when they're eventually released from jail, the prison says, look, that's going to help them make an honest living here.
Well, there's plenty more I know on BBC East Midlands today. That's this evening. Jeremy, thank you very much for that. And if it's not picked up by other outlets, it'll be available on the iPlayer at some point as well. Thank you. Fascinating stuff. Now,